Excuse me. Man, what's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, we're trying to talk some good stuff with these shorties out here, man. Like, subscribe, and share, folks. Like, subscribe, and share. All right, I titled this one Rappers in RICO. That homeboy RICO. Because everybody know what's going on around here in the parts and, with these cats up in New York, Atlanta, you know what I mean? A couple happened in Chicago, and it's happening with all the rappers. You know what I mean? It's happening regularly with street dudes also, but on the on the surface that's being televised and broadcasted, it's these rappers for the simple fact, they're broadcasting and bragging and, speaking and dragging their nuts real heavy, talking about how much they doing and how much they shaking and moving around these parts. And now it's starting to catch up to them. A lot of these states, they're using their lyrics against them in the court of law now. And that's like, man, that's actually bogus in itself because it's entertainment. You got to remember that it's entertainment, and you can't use just say a Will Smith. You couldn't use Will Smith's movie against him in real life's court of law because that's entertainment. He's been an actor. The same thing applies when it comes to these rappers. It should, but when you have these rappers like talking on social media, showing and displaying in their videos crime scenes, how the crime was set up and how the crime was conducted in their videos, they're actually playing out certain scenarios about certain bodies and certain hits and certain shootings in particular areas of the city. What they don't understand is most police forces and especially the feds now they have a task force strictly to sit around and watch and dissect social media. And that's their job. That's their job to come in every day and totally dissect and break down social media content to take specific lines and specific quotes that these rappers say in their rhymes and show certain things in their videos and go to those cities that they're from and those cities that they visited and pull up information about particular hits because the streets always talk and it's always street dudes that's what I'm saying that get the talent shit as they get snatched up. So it's real around these parts. So man, they need to realize y'all giving them, y'all doing a job for them. They gave y'all a nice amount of time to sit around and you know man do what you do with pretty much like a free pass. And during that time getting that free pass, y'all start getting cocky like, bam, it's a bunch of cats, a bunch of gang members feel like they was untouchable because they got away with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? They got away with a whole lot of things. And it's like now it's coming back around, it's coming back to fruition about what the fuck he was doing. So now they laying out they folders that they've been having tucked for a very long time. So man, everybody know about this young thug situation. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, he's in a real serious, position right now. Now out of those 58 counts, Doug is actually on the counter charged in two of those out of that original 58. Because what I mean, he actually didn't do all of the stuff that's charged in this RICO. Everybody know that. But two of the charges that he's connected to, the RICO Act itself, he's facing 5 years to life because the RICO was an enhancement charge, if I'm not mistaken, if I've read that correctly. So he's looking at five to life on that one alone. But it's like, man, You gotta, man, these dudes gotta wake the hell up, man. And the second one is running and participating in a street gang operation. So now they're making it like they're basically organized crime. They're claiming the gangs are moving and shaking and doing situations like organized crime did. So, that one alone, he may face life with that. Because the head the head of a ring or organization, they feel as though he's more of a threat than the actual guys that's doing the situations that they're charging him with. Because they feel as though if he's free, that's why he was denied bail. Because they feel as though if he's free and has access to other gang members, he has enough influence to still put out hits, put out robberies, put out shootings, put out more. He could have more crimes being done while he's free on bail because they're saying he's the actual ringleader. So he gonna sit for a minute, man. He got a lot of shit in front of him, man, and he gotta really, man, be ready to man up about, Excuse me, man. And now let's get to Gunner, man. Gunner, everybody Gunner got a stigma on him already. He's already stamped with certain, what I mean? People look at him in a certain light already because he done had a snitch rumor around him a few times. So that's the way they look at him. And then they didn't originally pick him up right off the rip. He didn't go with that first swoop. So you got people putting out allegations. Oh man, Gunner working with them boys, Gunner working with them boys. But Gunner ain't really charged with shit. Gunner's sitting in there lined up on a RICO charge right now for two things, man. Sitting in the video with a chain on, representing their record label, because it's the same title. YSL is the record label. YSL is the crew. And the feds are saying YSL is the gang / organization. So he's basically locked up on the RICO Act for in a video wearing a YSL chain, a YSL t-shirt, and saying basically YSL doing all the hits. They knocking shit down. So he basically locked up for being affiliated, So it's like, man, he wanted a ride to go, man, check me up to Popeyes, man. Let me go get me a fucking wing box. On the way to Popeyes, these cats wind up seeing a lick real quick and do the lick while you in the car trying to go get you some fucking wings. But they get popped. So you right along with them. You're an accessory to this crime that just happened. And you're like, yo, nigga, I'm trying to go get them the fucking wings and this dirty rice. That's all the fuck I. They ain't trying to hear that shit, It's a rap. They ain't trying to hear it all. Now you right in there with your brothers. You dig? So now that's him. He like, man, that's some dumb shit. He get the sucker dummy of the year award. he definitely gets that when he gets the dummy of the year award, man. So now you got the other cats. You got Yak Gotti. Yak Gotti sitting up on. They got him on the body up in this. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, it's looking real scarce for him. Lil Duke, they got him on the RICO shit. You know what I mean? What's the dude, Bump? They got that nigga Bump saying he shot that police. He's supposed to allegedly hit the cop up 5 or 6 times. And motherfucker got around running his mouth about it. Now this is where this shit get a little tricky. Y'all hearing what's the dude name? What's the other young shorty that just YFN Lucci? Now they're saying he possibly did a little running of the mouth a little bit more than running of the mouth. But they ain't saying he got a snitch jacket on him. But when you get stabbed up in jail and you go to medical and they jot down, you know, your incident report. It shouldn't be no incident report if you're not talking to them peoples. So according to the incident report, he told them about him getting stabbed. He might didn't give no names. He didn't give no names. Let's not even put that. Let's not be reckless and put that image out there like he gave off some names. He didn't give any names. But what he did do is tell him about another stabbing that happened in February. And the stabbing that happened in February, it was done by one of Young Thug's affiliates. So you know how them boys work. You tell them some shit like that, they go get to pulling out files. They get to matching and connecting the dots. Now that's actually one of the dudes is actually in there. That supposedly did the February stabbing, and he was actually locked up at that time in February. So they playing connect the dots. And YFN Lucci is like he in the center of that shit, and that's a bad jacket to have on so many different levels. You know what I'm saying? So he basically told them the nigga did that stabbing in February. The nigga came in here, stabbed me up. The type of weapon he used, the shape of the weapon he used, blase blah blase blah. So the incident report put him in a little funky spot. You know what I mean? But that just go to show you, shorties, man. Niggas talk that thorough shit till they knock your head back, and then we see who nuts get tucked trying to not man. You get to when they get to throwing them numbers out there. That shit is not a game, bro. That shit is not a game. I remember my last charge actually was a very serious charge. I wound up, man, I had 122 counts against me. And they get there, I'm in the courtroom, and it wasn't actually a courtroom, it was the cell. They had the television and shit. Where I was locked up in Prince George's County out there. So they talking to me, they reading all the counts off, and I'm like, holy fuck, when you hearing that shit. Now they do fatten it up. You'll have a bunch of charges double read and shit like that, worded differently. So it's, once it's compressed and all that, it's not actually gonna be as bad as they initially make that shit sound. But when that shit hit coming off that judge's tongue like that, man, and you hit a courtroom oohing and ahhing, whoa, the butterflies get to going in your stomach. Your nuts be getting to shrink up in your ass. You know what I mean? Because man, you got to be ready and stand firm when that shit happens, because you did it. You stood firm when you was out there with your boys sliding. So you gotta stand firm in front of that judge and don't blink. Don't change the expression on your face. You can't, man, your eyes better not border up. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of, like, man, and that's it. So and then they come back with you with the boo, bail denied. It's funky, man. That's a hell of a feeling, man. That's a hell of a feeling to be thinking I might not ever fucking go home again. So you know what I mean? It's a lot going on, and everybody ain't always gonna stand tall. You know what I mean? They ain't always gonna stand tall. Now in this RICO charges, it's 25, 26 more other guys that's in it with various charges from robbery to murder, and undupe, and two other dudes. They got 15 plus charges apiece. So it's like that shit is real for them. They probably, if it was in the state of Georgia, them niggas would get the electric. They put them niggas to sleep because of the type of shit they got. And this is where young fellas, listen to me right here. The gang involvement is now in the middle of this whole RICO case. So they trying to make it like it's a like the mob, like it's a ring, like it's organized crime. So now now you screaming gang, 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 and y'all they stamping you with not only the YSL shit, Now they stamp you with the blood involvement. So and then they put together stabbings that happen with blood members, shoots that happen with blood members. You know what I mean? Situations that happen in the city. Because you got to remember, in the city, in whatever city you in, everybody know everything. Them undercovers that really rock out in the streets, that really move and shake every day in the streets. They got people that talks to them. They already know what's going on in the area, so they tying shit together, man. From 2017, 2015, this ain't no just happen shit. They've been laying on these dudes for a long time, yo. You know what I mean? Because I heard years ago. I got a couple people down in Atlanta. You know, thugs supposed to be like big time motherfucking a big time weed plug. You know, allegedly. So that's motherfuckers be talking. So your name been moving around on that tip for a long time, and motherfuckers they got a reputation of. You might see that nigga wearing his hair all tied up, all a little iffy. You might see that nigga wearing these skirts and dresses and shit. So that make you think suspect behavior. But if you got some ties into that underworld, that brother that brother real official to street dudes. Look what you see on that television in the real world, in the underworld. His name rings bells. So you know what I mean. We gotta. They want that brother. They ain't trying to have that brother go no motherfucking where. And a lot of these charges, man, it's like shit. It's some serious shit. Now who gonna stand firm or who gonna fold like a motherfucking napkin around this bitch? Now what's the one dude? Jimmy, what is it? Jimmy Winfrey. Y'all remember some years ago when man, L Blue, what a salute to you, brother. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you tapping in with me. Appreciate you tapping in. Now Jimmy Winfrey, if y'all remember, it's the dude that was charged with shooting up Lil Wayne's tour bus years ago. Y'all remember that, right? Follow me, follow me. Now, when he allegedly, but he's already been charged. He did 7 years for the Lil Wayne shooting. That situation after he did that shooting, it's the first call he goes to make is to Young Thug. The very first call he made after shooting Wheezy shit up is to Young Thug. Now, if I got you to do something for me, or I know about you doing something, hey, you don't pick up no call. You don't call me on no phone, man. What the hell is wrong with you? So, they was trying to tie Young Thug, because at that time you got to remember, Young Thug and Weezy was kind of having a little situation because they were saying Young Thug was basically jacking Lil Weezy style, jacking Lil Weezy whole persona, all of that shit. So you got to remember these things. And not surprisingly, Young Thug and Birdman was tied into being co-conspirators in that situation with Jimmy Winfrey. They didn't wind up, locking them in, but you go into the original documents, Young Thug and Baby is in that whole situation. The dude wound up, copping out and blah, 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 did 7 years on that shooting. He came on home and now they got all kind of pictures with him and Young Thug together. You know what I mean? On IG. This way, y'all in this internet, people listen, and pay fucking attention. They got them all in pictures, partying, throwing up gang signs, throwing up YSL symbols, and then they tying it all together. They heard you say YSL do this. This what the slime mean. This what this means. So now they taking your words and your hand gestures and your hand signals, and now they put meaning to this shit. They got like a whole blueprint of what all of this shit is supposedly mean. So now they, and people into each other and so on. And he's locked up in this RICO case as well. Now he's not charged with that's not being used against him, but it's being used against him because it's in there showing his history of violence, of criminal activity. So it's in there, real black and white. So they know what it is. And it's like these dudes that They done tied themselves into so much shit because they let y'all sit back for so many years, free reign, doing everything under the sun, and nobody really getting their head knocked back. So what most of us brothers do, if you messing with a bride, you cheat on your bride, and you get some good pussy, and you don't stop. Excuse my language. You gonna keep doing it because man, you thinking your arm is good, and you the slickest cat around. I'm gonna keep on doing it till my old lady catch me. You gonna keep every time you walk in the store, you grab, grab that pack of gum, put it in your pocket. You ain't got gum. Every time you come in, you'll never pay for gum again. It's the same. It's the same shit. It just kept going because they never got caught. It never like blew up on them. So they started telling more, telling more in your video, telling more in your song, telling more in your lives. And now that shit is, and they let them do it for so long because they knew they would get comfortable and express more and more and more because you start feeling untouchable. Feel me? So man, that case is ongoing, man. It's real serious, man. So man, I pray for all brothers there because I don't want to see my worst enemy in that system because it's not built for none of us. This country's penal system is fraudulent in itself. So pray for all the brothers that they make out best way they can. We'll talk about this Casanova 2 times for a little bit. I'm gonna just touch on that because it all ties together. Again, Casanova wound up copping out. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me 100%, but I believe he copped out to a shooting in Florida. Excuse me. Gang affiliation, a few robberies, and this is the dumbest shit possible. Running a drug ring, which they're saying 100 kilos of marijuana sold through Instagram Messenger. Dang, stupidest shit you could possibly think of. He allegedly ran a weed situation through Instagram Messenger. All the sales, where to pick it up, where to drop it off, everything through IG Messenger. These little fucks can't be that fucking stupid, yo. But apparently so. So now he went on and looked at my jacket. My jacket a little funky. You know what I mean? Big dummies, man. Like, what the fuck is they thinking about, bro? Like, whoa. So now, the same type of situation. Cass up there in New York. Now the Treyway situation, it's the same people that link this one to that and all that type of shit. So man, these young brothers got to start waking up, man. And it's like, who gonna stand firm? And Cass looking at, I heard guys were hitting about, he might only do 10, he might only do 15. Man, y'all don't know what the fuck he gonna do. You know what I mean? He took it as being one of the leaders again, as an organization. You claiming and taking that leadership role on these gangs now. That junction, they knocking your head back. They taking that shit serious because so many of these killings in these major cities is being broadcast, is being done by gang members because they televising it. You are being televised by your own self. Y'all doing their job for them. They got crime units that sit back and watch rap videos, and they've got convictions off of guns you in a rap video using because they zoomed in on a serial number. And that serial number is a gun they looking at for a shooting that happened 8 months ago. Tying all crazy. Y'all know these little dudes is like, yo, they call us old heads, man. You old heads don't know shit, man. We made it to be old heads. And we still free. We still in our right frame of mind. And I didn't. Let me speak for myself. And I didn't get my head knocked back, and I done just as much dirt as the next man. But man, if you think before you react, the possibility is you have a better chance at even maybe talking yourself out of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Reactions ain't never good on levels of criminal activity. Just reacting and doing some shit because you're there, man, sometimes it means you need to leave and not do it tonight and replan this shit and do it another night. Instead of, man, we here already. Fuck that shit. We got to go on and do it. And now you sitting up behind that wall, beating yourself in the head. Man, I knew better, man. I knew better. Yeah, but you didn't fucking listen to yourself, you know? So, man, Cash looking at something serious, man, because he already got a extensive criminal history. You know, then now he's in the gang affiliations tied in. They got him linked to robberies. Then they got him linked to shootings. You know what I mean? They got him linked to ordering hits, some shootings and shit like that. So, man, and it's all good. It was all good just a week ago. You sitting up on everybody's platform and acknowledging that you the big ape. You know what I mean? Now you gotta be one of the big apes. No disrespect intended, but that's just it's already documented and spoken on, and you know, it's there for the people to read and talk about. So man, these young brothers, man, I pray for the best for them and their families. That man, just wake up some of y'all that ain't went yet. Some of them that they ain't got yet. This should be a wake up call to y'all. Y'all need to go pull all this shit up, pull all these indictment papers up, and sit y'all young asses down and read this shit from top to bottom and don't miss out on a word. Y'all need to look at the whole scenario of how they've done this and really be honest with yourself and ask yourself, is this some shit I really want to still be doing, or should I take my ass to school somewhere, or go find and start me a career, or you know, go get me a fucking job, or take some of this money that I done got and invest it in something in the neighborhood for myself, start some legitimate money. Even if it ain't no big boy legitimate money, it's still legit, and that'll keep your ass home with your family. That'll keep you home with your kids. That'll keep you home with your significant other. That'll keep you home with your mom deuce. Because the worst feeling to have is get locked up and you lose a loved one, especially somebody like mama pops, and you done so much reckless and dumb shit, because when you go in and you claim it's gang, you got to still carry it like that. So you gonna do just as much, if not more, reckless shit while you behind the wall, because you trying to live up to this persona that you done already put yourself under and put that jacket on you. So now you done got all these tickets and all these slips, so they ain't even gonna let you come see your mom dukes off. You know what I'm saying? If you little niggas even got the money to when you can afford to do it anyway, because you got to pay for that. You got to pay for them transporting you. You got to pay for them taking X amount of officers off of their duty to watch over you around the city. And that shit is jacked up 20 times what it really costs the state. You know what I mean? So, man, y'all young brothers, go pull all of these indictment papers up, sit yourselves down and read, bro. And if you don't read well enough or understand enough where your shit don't comprehend, get somebody. Don't be ashamed and scared for you to ask somebody, man, explain to me what that word right there means. Because conjunctions will send your ass off on some shit. Options will send you off on some shit. And you thinking it's one thing, ghetto way of thinking, ghetto stars, thinking you got this. Better know what the fuck it means when you playing a dirty game in the streets. Better know what you up against and know what you're facing. So, man, young brothers, go pull them charges out, sit down and read, take your time and really dig into what they're saying. You think about some of the stuff you've done, if it match up to what they're talking about up in there. Man, for real. I want to check in and salute Net Star Live. Man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to, man, open these young fellas' eyes, man, to some of the things they need to be paying attention to. And some of the things, man, they need to be getting themselves from around and out of if they trying to make it like an old head like me. You know, they call me old head, man. Old head, you don't know what you're talking about. Old head that done it, and I'm still out here and I'm free. And man, I'm still in my right frame of mind because I ain't right out of none of the boxes, man, for real. They need to understand, man, we don't be trying to tell them nothing wrong, man. We be trying to save them going through them rocky roads that's up in front of them, man. Because, man, you 20, 19, 20, and they give you a quarter piece. Man, do you realize once you do that, when you go in, you ain't thinking about it. You still just running with gang. So you're not doing dumb shit, adding up more charges. Now they're giving you them street charges while you in there. You know, Lepinsky, what it do? Appreciate the tap in. And then they wind up giving you extra street charges while you're in there. But the reality is you might go in at 18 and 19 with that dumb mentality and just going on up in there. Y'all banking niggas out, y'all robbing, y'all doing extortion, y'all doing all types of things while you're in there. But when you get about 10 of that 25 in, you starting to think at 28 to 30, damn, it's time for me to start trying to think about really going home. I want to make it home. And if I keep doing this, I might not ever make it home. I know a cat, man, you know, I know a cat from old hood. He had 4 years. And he wound up doing 32 years from going in doing 4 years. Cause you put gang above coming fucking home to my family, coming home to my kids, coming home to for myself, you know what I mean? Living and growing into as a man. It's gonna hit you. Once you get that dime piece of something up in you, now you starting to like, damn, whoa, how am I gonna go home? You start really thinking about that shit because most of your gang members that you was in there standing tall for, they went home already because they was sitting on the 2 to 6. This one was sitting on the 18 months. This one was sitting on, you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? And they didn't put that battery up in your damn back, and you done added another 10 on that quarter you already had, and now you only 28. Damn, that's a hell of a situation to be in when that reality hits you. When that reality sets in, and now what they want to go do? Now they want to start praying and go and turn it into Islam. Then they want to go start asking God for help. And man, that's never a bad thing. It's never too late to do any of that. So don't take what I'm saying like it is. It's never too late to do any of that. But why should have thought about that shit a little bit earlier before you just added this extra time on top of your whole time you already was in for, man. So man, I'm gonna stay on top of this, do a little touch-ups on it, you know, keep the people on top of it. Man, I be trying to get these shorties, man, to pay attention to this stuff, man. Cause they gave them free reign to do a lot of this shit for the last 10 years or so. These next 5 years finna be hell on some of you dudes. Y'all names finna start popping up on stuff from 2014, 2015. It's like, what the hell? And now it's too late to it's too late to backpedal about that shit now, you dig? So man, appreciate all y'all tapping in, man, and you know, definitely don't take it for granted. I definitely, man, if y'all haven't checked it out, go check out the one I put up, man, the Whack 100, the Jay Prince and the Larry Hoover. It's some very good information I put up in there. It's some very good parts about myself that I had to go in there because that was like, you know, real. That was personal and that hit home for me. So man, anyway, y'all get a chance to go check that out, man. Like, subscribe, and share, people, man. I appreciate everybody that's showing me the love, man. It definitely, man, I don't take it for granted, yo. I know my mantra, man. You ain't got to respect me, but you will not disrespect me, man. You know, holla back, man. All y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace.